Hi, everybody. Welcome to my Sunday night live stream. Tonight, I have a special guest, and I am going to pop her in here right now. Uh, oh, there we are, Robin from
Hi.
Carnivorous Grandma. Welcome to my
Thank you.
channel. Robin is on vacation in Hawaii, and she agreed to come on the channel tonight and be my special guest, and I'm so excited. Robin, can you
Yes,
take a few moments to just introduce yourself to the people that are watching? And I will be asking you some questions, and I know that we're going to have questions from our audience as well.
absolutely. Thank you so much for having me on, Anita. I just can't tell you how enthused and just amazed I am to be here. My name is Robin Heron. I am the carnivorous grandma, for those of you who don't know me. I recently started my YouTube channel, and my persona truly is a grandma. I'm 57 years old, and I have 11 grandchildren. And so that's really who I am. Is our carnivorous grandma. I started my carnivore journey on February 22nd, 2023. So it's been about 207 days today. So a
Wow.
little over 6 months. And I'm super just excited to talk to you guys about how amazing this journey has been. I'll stop right there.
Ah, 11 grandchildren. Oh my goodness, Robin.
Yes.
I knew you had grandchildren, but I didn't know you had that many. That is amazing. I have four. And is
Wow,
it being a grandma
congratulations.
nice?
Being a grandma is so much better than being mom.
Yep.
It's amazing. Yeah, so I'm here in Hawaii, on Oahu, with my oldest daughter and her husband, my in-laws, and two of my grandchildren. So it's just been really awesome to get to experience this through their eyes. They're coming for the first time. This is my
Wow.
second time here, and it's just been absolutely incredible just spending this time here with them. Really enjoying it.
Oh, that sounds amazing. I mean, Robin, would you ever have thought that you would be grandma of 11 and doing a carnivore diet and feeling younger? I mean, I don't know about you, but I feel like eating this way, I have more energy and and everything than when I was 30, 40 years old. Like, how has it been for you?
Same. Yeah, no, I never, first of all, I never would imagine having 11 grandchildren because that's just crazy. But, my kids are pretty prolific, so 11 it is. And hopefully not 12. At least not right now. So, but yeah, I feel fantastic. It's so amazing how good you feel. Like, I was just talking to my daughter about this earlier today. I'm like, you've got to try it. You've got to try it for 30 days and see how you feel. And you're not going to want to go back to the way you used to feel. So I have more energy. I need less sleep. I mean, some things are not cleared all the way up, but I feel like with time there are, like anxiety and things like that will clear up with this way of eating. But I just feel so much, I feel 1,000% better than I did on February 21st, 2023.
That is amazing. I have to show you this comment here. Christine Shepard has had her 20th grandbaby this past Friday.
Wow.
Congratulations, Christine.
Congratulations. Oh my
That
gosh,
is
that's awesome.
amazing.
My
So,
youngest
sorry, go ahead.
my youngest granddaughter is going to be turning 1 in November, at the beginning of November. So that's the baby. Her name is Autumn Sky, and I just love her name so much. It's like Autumn Sky. She's
I love
she's
that name.
awesome. Yeah,
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 that's a beautiful name. So I saw you on the 24-hour live stream for a couple
yeah.
minutes there. And I
Hmm.
saw you on Carrie's channel before that.
Yeah.
One of the things that struck me about you, like where we have some intersection in our lives, is you had mentioned, I think it was on Carrie's channel, that you had concerns about Alzheimer's in your family, or your history. And I'm the same way. I am terrified of Alzheimer's and dementia after taking care of my mom for 5 years who had it. And I feel like this lifestyle that we're following is going to help us. And I'd love
Great.
to hear your thoughts on that too.
I 100% agree. My grandmother, whom we called Grandma Darling on my mom's side,
Oh,
died with dementia. She died with
mhm.
blindness, and she had diabetes, which I think contributed to her going blind. And then on my father's side, my aunt, my great aunt, had Alzheimer's. So I recently, I mean, within the last couple of years, have heard about dementia and Alzheimer's being sort of like a diabetes of the brain. Like you have too much insulin washing over your brain. And, just keeping that insulin level low, by eating a proper human diet, I believe it's going to stave that off. I really hope it's going to. I was really just talking to my daughter about this morning. Like, I don't want to have dementia,
Yeah.
and I definitely don't want to have Alzheimer's. I want to keep my brain um, in a proper state. I see that there are elderly people who get elderly and their brain is perfectly normal. Like they can think straight. And they basically die of old age. And that's what I'm hoping will happen for me. I don't want to die afraid. I heard the stories about how my grandmother was just terrified. She had night terrors and she was, of course, blind, and she would pull the curtains down off the walls. And I'm like, I don't
Mhm.
want to be terrified in my old age.
Yeah.
And so I'm willing to put forth the effort. I'm willing to do what it takes now to make sure that I set myself up for success in the future.
Yeah.
So I think that, I don't want to die of Alzheimer's or dementia.
Yeah, and I 100% agree. I mean, I keep hearing it referred to as type 3 diabetes because many of the things that bring on diabetes are also related to dementia. And I
Right.
just, after watching the loss of dignity with my mom, it's just not
Yes.
something I want to put my kids through either because
Right.
those were challenging years, those last 5 years of her
Yes.
life. So
Yes, and
I
I've heard you
think,
talk about that on your channel before, and I
yeah,
have so much compassion towards you because, my aunt, I remember her going outside and getting lost and just
yeah,
being out there lost, like, and somebody would have to go and find her. It's just terrifying.
yeah, I know
So,
it is, and just the whole, she was also overweight as well, and like
mm,
like obese, like she was over 100 pounds overweight, like I
mm,
was, before I
mhm,
started this journey, and that combined with dementia is not a good mix. I mean, it really
right.
isn't because she was just like just to live in that state of constant confusion and not understand what's going on. And
Right.
I feel for anybody who is there or taking care of somebody who is there. And
Yeah, me
I just
too.
feel like we're doing, by cutting out all the processed foods and all of the things that contribute to diabetes, which also contribute to dementia, we have the
Right.
best chance. And I think
Absolutely.
it's a huge why of mine.
Yeah,
And
that's part
I
of my
feel
why
like
as
it.
well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I
Yep.
kind of felt that after I heard you mention it on that channel. I want
Yes.
to give a shout out here to, hang on, I saw uh, somebody, let's see. Oh, I lost it. Oh, there it is. Lita from Penticton, BC. Hello there. Uh, oh, thank you so much. We are trying to build a carnivore community here, and thank you so much for all the support that you've shown and all the comments that you leave. Let
Yeah.
me see if I can find some more hellos
Hi, Lita.
here. Patty from
Hey, Patty.
California. Your first live. Welcome. I'm glad you made it.
Nice.
Let's see if we
It's
have
hard to
any.
catch them. I'll tell you, sometimes I'm like, I missed Anita's live.
Oh, and look at this. We have
Hey,
Homestead
Carrie.
How is in the house. Thank you so much for
Yay.
coming. Awesome. And wasn't that great, that 24 hours? Oh my
Oh my
goodness.
God. I'm here on Oahu with my family, and they're like, are you going to be on that all day? I'm like, it's on for 24 hours. How am I going to leave? And I kept coming back in and coming back in the whole day because I just could not stay away. So much great information, so many fantastic people. And
Yes,
I just, Kerry is just so amazing. The work that he's doing is just
I know.
absolutely
I
incredible.
know.
So
I know.
I'm proud to be part of this group.
Yeah, and yeah, I couldn't help popping in now and then during the day. It was kind of almost an obsession. But
Yes,
yeah, I mean, we're lucky to have him in the community now because he
absolutely.
seems like he's getting things done.
Getting things
Um,
done.
he's getting
Absolutely.
things done. Thank you so much, Carrie, for your getting things done. There
Absolutely.
was Cheryl here. I want to put Cheryl's comment up.
Hi,
It's a
Cheryl.
huge concern, dementia. You've had success getting him off diabetes through low carb, meat based diet. Yeah,
That's awesome.
that's exactly what's I think. And Patty, dementia is also a huge why for her lifestyle change as well.
Yes.
So uh, let's see here. Lita, 45-year vegetarian with autoimmune. You were confused, no short term
Yes.
memory, full of anxiety. Carnivore meats and fats is healing that for you. Oh my goodness, I'm so
I
happy
agree
for
with
you.
that, Lita.
Yeah.
I struggle with anxiety. As a matter of fact, about a year ago, I went to my doctor and told her I have to go on something. And I'm really opposed to taking medicines. I don't want to take medicine for anything. And I went to her and said, you've got to give me something. She put me on Zoloft. I was on Zoloft for almost a year. And then this past summer, just like probably maybe a month and a half ago, I decided that I would wean myself off of Zoloft because I believe that I'm going to heal this anxiety with the proper human diet. And I still do have it. But I believe that over time it's going to get better. I mean, like I said, I've only been on this way of eating for a little over 6 months. But I don't take Zoloft, and I thank God for that. But I still do have anxiety, and I was just talking to my husband about it, and I was saying like, it's the way certain things look, these busy patterns and things like that, that make things kind of look like they're shifting around for me, and it gives me like a panic attack when I feel that.
Oh,
So I'm working on it. It's not gone yet, but I believe it's gonna go. I've heard just amazing stories. And even Carrie was one who said that he cured his anxiety with a proper human diet. So I really believe that it's going to go. And I'm not going to have to be on medication for that. So I just wean myself off.
wonderful. I mean, I'm with you there. I believe that yeah, you definitely will see that even more so.
Hmm.
It's a very zen place to be once you've been doing that for a while, and all of that stuff is long gone out of your system. So it's
So
wonderful
one
to
thing that
hear.
I'm going to change, and I'm planning to do in October,
Uh
is
huh.
I'm going to there's two things that I really want to get rid of out of my diet. One is Splenda, which
Okay.
I love my liquid sucralose. And then the other one is the heavy cream. So I'm hearing that heavy cream is very highly addictive. In addition to that, I'm hearing that it also can cause anxiety. So for the month of October, I'm taking both of those things out, and I'm gonna see how I feel, and hopefully it's gonna be like a big miracle for my anxiety.
Well, yeah, dairy it does a lot of things to a lot of people. So it'll be interesting. I'll be following your journey to find out how you do with that. I do have a question here for you.
Sure, absolutely.
Kat Diamond would like to know what made you start this way of eating.
Hey, Kat Diamond, I think I know you. You must be a YouTuber because I recognize your name. And I feel like I've been watching you for a long time. So, the reason I started this is, oh my gosh, it's a long story, but I did keto. off and on for probably 10 years. I mean, I started way back when with Atkins, right? The Atkins induction phase, I knew that that was the proper way for me to eat. But, you climb the carb ladder, you start having the cravings again. So, about 10 years ago, I started keto, and then, increasingly carbs. I just cannot eat carbs, basically. I started hearing about the carnivore diet, and I believe I heard it from Ken Berry. It may have been Kelly Hogan also, because she's been doing this for a long time. And I was interested because I wanted to do an elimination diet, see if I could heal up some of my issues, particularly with eczema and skin issues, and certainly with anxiety. But I was afraid to try it. I was afraid because that's just crazy. I mean, you don't just not eat any vegetables. You need to eat vegetables and you need to eat fruit every single day, right? So finally, back in February, I just decided to try it. I watched Ken Berry. I mean, he's probably the primary person that I watched. And I saw him go full on carnivore over the last couple of years. And I was like, well, he didn't die. So maybe if I try it, I won't die. So I tried it back in February. But it was a long journey to get there because that mindset, it's what we're taught all of our lives is that you have to eat the food pyramid. I knew the food pyramid was not the way, but also I was afraid to stop eating vegetables and fruits.
Yeah, I've heard that too. You have to eat the food pyramid and you have to eat the rainbow. And man,
Yep.
that rainbow has gotten me into trouble. I'm very sensitive to nightshades. Those are
Yes, me
all of
too.
my favorite vegetables, the nightshades.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like, as wonderful as a rainbow is, it's not always the best thing for every person, is it? So,
Right. It's not the right thing for us to be eating. That's for sure.
so
I
what does a tip?
recently have, yeah.
Yo, sorry.
Okay, go ahead.
No, no,
I
you
was
you
going to say,
finish
I
your thought
recently was,
because I was going to talk about your eating, but I want you to finish your
okay.
thought for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I recently was talking to a lady from my church and I did an interview with her. And I was just telling her that I truly am a believer that human beings should not be eating vegetables. I watched you too, Anita, like how you transitioned over to carnivore from the
Mm.
ketogenic woman to the carnivore
Yes.
woman, and I'm like, she's doing fantastic without any vegetables and any fruit. So I love that. Yeah, I don't think we should be
So
eating vegetables.
no, no. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't think they're necessarily. Some of them are not necessarily wrong. There's some that are less toxic than others, but I
Yes,
just haven't done well with them. And
no.
so I was wondering, what do you typically eat in a day? Like, what does your normal day look like?
So I normally have coffee. I have not given
Hmm.
up coffee yet. I'm really not ready to give that up. So I'm not planning to try to give that up right away. But I do feel like eventually I will give it up. I have coffee every morning, and then I usually don't eat until maybe 11 or 12 in the afternoon, or maybe a little later than that. And I'll usually have probably bacon and eggs is the most. I mean, I eat that most of the days. And then I eat some beef, usually steak. I love to eat steak. Like that's it's easy. Steak is very easy. It's an easy go to. I can pull it out of the freezer, put it in the air fryer, and then have it ready in like 10 minutes and eat it. I do eat some other meats. I eat chicken and I eat seafood, but particularly most days I eat probably eggs and bacon and beef. So, and when I don't feel good, I know I need to eat a steak. So,
Yeah, yeah.
steak is the thing that makes me feel good.
It's like the big stabilizer, right?
Yes.
I had a comment I wanted to put on the screen here. Um, where did that go? Okay, Mickey. Uh, I this just blows me away. 2 weeks on semi carnivore, and
Wow.
your brain started working again. Like, Just in case anyone's just listening and not watching, while I don't have dementia, my brain was not working after stage 4 thyroid cancer. 2 weeks on
Wow.
semi carnivore, my brain started working. I mean, Nikki,
Congratulations.
wow, yeah,
That's amazing.
congratulations,
I feel you
definitely.
on that. Like my my brain fog is not gone yet. And I think it's because of some of the things that I still have in my diet. So I'm looking forward to really doing the sea lion for the month of October because brain fog, it's just terrible. Like you can't think straight. I noticed that I started searching for words and I started like getting lost places. And I'm like, okay, so this is not good.
Mm.
I wondered about dementia, of course. And my husband's like, you're fine. You're fine. But I noticed that I can't retain things. Like everything used to come back to me all the time. Like whatever I needed to remember, whenever I needed to remember it, it would always come back. But now I find myself struggling and searching for words and stuff like that. And it may be because I'm just too busy, but it also could be, something more sinister. So I'm like, okay, I'm willing to do this. I'm willing to do whatever I have to do to keep my brain health strong.
Wonderful, yeah. There's a question from Cheryl regarding
Hi, Cheryl.
Splenda. You mentioned using Splenda. Is it the pure liquid sucralose or the powdered form with maltodextrin? How do you use it if you're doing carnivore?
It is the liquid sucralose drops. And if you watch my channel, you will see that I do put that in my coffee. But like I said, I'm on a journey. I'm on a journey, and I'm moving more and more away from things that I know that are not good for me. And so in October, that's when I'm planning to. I have to have a plan first of all to do it because yeah, I'm just gonna not stop it today, but I will stop it on October 1st, and I will report out on about that on my channel. I did go sweets free for 30 days in this time frame. So since I started carnivore, I did go sweets free. Lisa Wiedemann was talking about you need to kick the sugar demon. I think she calls it the sugar demon,
Mm-hmm.
and so I agree with that. But I did it for 30 days and then I didn't stick with it. So I'm going to do it for another 31 days in October, and we'll see how it goes.
And I think a lot of people, some of us are tweakers, and we get to our journeys. Well, maybe the journey is never going to end, but the journey takes what it takes. And I mean,
Yeah.
there's been times where I was doing carnivore and doing sweeteners. Now I'm not doing sweeteners. I'm not making, carnivore sweet desserts or anything. I make
Yeah.
things without the sweetener. But that took
Hmm.
time. And
Yeah.
same with dairy. Dairy is in and out of my. I mean, dairy is technically carnivore, but it doesn't do me much good, and it's in and out of my program. Sometimes I'll go a while without it, and sometimes I invite it back in. But
Yeah.
this isn't about being a perfect carnivore. This is about
Right.
living a healthy life, eating what is best for us, and what keeps
Right.
us on the straight and narrow in the moment. I mean, if the worst thing that people do is, they say they're carnivore, but they add some vegetables one day, or they, have something sweet one day with Splenda. I mean,
Yeah.
it is what it is, and
It is.
we
And the
all
one
we
thing
all
that I will not do is I will not be inauthentic. On my
right.
channel, you're going to see what I do,
Hmm.
whether you like it or not. You're going to see it. This is what I'm doing. And then, a lot of people do have comments and commentary about
Yeah.
the things that I'm doing. I'm okay with that. I'm putting it out
Yep.
there for you guys to see it. You can feel
Yep.
free to judge that how you like, but I will be true. I will be honest and tell you this is what I'm doing. This is how it affected me. So, that's just who I am.
That's all we can do. I mean, as YouTubers, we're showing our journey, and our journey. I know my journey. I'm not going to speak for Robin on this, but my journey has been far from perfect. far from perfect,
Yes. Right.
and people do leave comments about what they think of my journey, but it's my journey. It's all I can share.
It's my journey. Yeah.
I can't share
And
someone else's journey, right?
yes, I'm sharing it with you so that you can take your own journey, so
Yeah,
that you can get on your way to your proper human diet and feel the way that you are made to feel. And it's going to be amazing. So that's why I'm sharing it.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. And thank you so
Yes,
much for sharing it, because people need to see all different types of journeys. Here's a
exactly.
question. What's your favorite cut of steak from Meeting Wellness?
Oh, wow. So, hey, Meeting Wellness. My favorite cut of steak is, oh my gosh. So, I mean, excluding like filet is super good, but ribeye is probably my favorite because it's so, it has all of the essentials, right? It's got a lot of fat on it and it's got a good protein and it tastes delicious. So, as far as steak is concerned, that is my favorite cut. Now, as far as my favorite beef, type of beef, I like the chuck roast and I also
Ah.
love oxtail.
Oh,
Oxtail is
yes.
absolutely incredible. It's so unctuous and just delicious and fatty and the gelatin and all of the good stuff about it. So I love oxtail and I do like chuck roast.
Wonderful. I'm just going to put this up here. Let me see. Will that show up? Nope, wrong one. But thank you. Cat
Hey,
Diamond has
Kat.
subscribed to Robin's channel. I mean, any of
Yay.
you others out there, please subscribe to her channel. That would be
Yay.
so wonderful, because she is sharing a message that I take inspiration from, and I know that many of you
Oh,
will
thank
as
you.
well. I had another question up here, and I can't quite find it now, but it was from Jennifer. She wanted, I saw it, but now I've lost it, so I'm just going to say it. Oh, here it is. I
Okay.
found it again.
All right.
Jennifer, um, she's wondering how heavy cream causes anxiety. I don't know if you know that answer or not, Robin, but if you do,
No, I'm not a physician or any type of a medical
excuse me.
professional. But I'm hearing, I'll put it this way, what I'm hearing is that this heavy cream has a lot of like highly addictive properties. That's one thing. But I also, I mean, I just am recently hearing this and I need to do a little bit more study. Dr. Lisa Wiedemann talks about it, talks about that a lot, that heavy cream can cause anxiety. So I recently, like within the last few days, have heard this, and I'm going to do some more research on it. And I'm going to do a study of one, research study of one, and see how it impacts me. Because if I can get rid of my anxiety, my life will be changed. So I'm going to try it. I'll let you know how it goes.
That would be awesome. Well, I think some of us will be following you to find out. So somebody else asked, it was Renee. Hi, Renee. She asked how long you'd been doing carnivore because she said she missed the first 10 minutes, but it was February of
Yeah.
this year, right?
February 22nd, 2023 changed my
Yes.
life.
Thank, thank you. Thank you for your question, Renee. And I'm just getting caught up on some of the others here. Renee. Again, Renee. Okay,
Okay.
Renee, I find sticking to more keto friendly foods, I have less inflammation and pain. Do you find this even more so with carnivore?
I absolutely do,
Yeah.
100%. So I was keto on and off for 10 years. Honestly, the carb cravings got me. I could not maintain, it was not sustainable for me to eat keto friendly foods. But as far as inflammation is concerned, if you eat meat only, your inflammation is gonna go down so far. It's just amazing how much less inflammation you will have. Um, I feel like I hardly have any. I was looking at my wrists the other day, like, oh my gosh, look how little they are. You know, I don't have this inflammation in my neck. I could see, like a chubby neck because of the inflammation. And so, yeah, I 100% think that carnivore is a reduces inflammation a lot.
Yeah. I agree with that too. I feel the difference in especially my knees because I do have
Mhm.
a very damaged left knee, and the
Mhm.
fact that I can still get 10,000 steps a day is kind of a miracle to me.
That's
you know,
amazing.
even with
Yeah,
that knee. But yeah, I don't think I could do that if I was still eating the carbs.
that's true. I actually have a arthritis, bone on bone arthritis in my
Yeah.
right knee, and
Okay.
the doctor, the orthopedic surgeon, told me to stop walking, and he also said, "Come back and see me in 10 years when you need a replacement." And I said, "I never want to see this guy again."
Wow. Yeah.
But the thing of it is, I have a lot less pain. Like I was struggling to go up and down stairs, and I have a big steep set of stairs inside my house where my bedroom is upstairs. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to have to move downstairs because I'm not going to be able to go up and down these stairs. Well, I'm just going up and down them, no problem. Even
Yeah.
though I still have pain in my knee, it's so much less than what I
Yeah.
had before.
Yeah, that's same for me. I also had plantar fasciitis for a long
Mm,
time, and
hmm.
I woke up one day and I went, oh, I don't remember having that lately. I mean, it just went
That's
away,
so
it just
amazing.
disappeared. Yeah.
That's
So
amazing.
from Lori Watts, just
Hi, Lori.
subscribed. Thank you, Lori. It is great to see another older carnivore such as myself. I too find it difficult to give up coffee without liquid Splenda. I would have said the same
Yeah,
thing at one point in my life, I'm
right.
sure. Yeah.
I know I can do it though. I can tell you this. I know I can do it because if I could go all meat, I could do anything. So I have no doubt in my mind that I can give up the sweeteners. I can drink black coffee. I just prefer it to be a little sweet and
Yeah.
I prefer a little cream. But if those preferences are hurting my body, I'm okay with giving them up.
Yeah. Patty is asking, has anyone in your family joined you on carnivore? And I think you have
Yes.
more to say on this topic as well for your whole community.
I
This
do. I
might be a good
absolutely
time.
do.
This might be a good
Okay,
time.
great. Yes. So my mom started carnivore a couple of weeks ago. My sister, who lives in Bahrain, has also started carnivore. I'm talking to my daughter, who is a PA, and she lives in Kalamazoo also. I'm talking to her. She said she's going to try it for the month of October. My other daughter, my baby daughter, she tried it for a couple of weeks, but I think she needs a little bit more support. So I'm going to get in there and give her some more support. My son said he would try it. So, a lot of my family are kind of thinking about it or going to go ahead and try it or have tried it. But what I'm finding is that in the African American community in particular, we tend to be really focused on what the physician says, right? So, um, and it's a struggle to get us to try to step outside of that box. We're afraid, and if you think about it, it sounds crazy that you're not going to eat any vegetables. Like you have to eat vegetables every day. Like I don't know how many servings it is now. You have to eat a couple of servings of fruit every day. And so it's important to me that the people in my community realize that there's another option, right? They need to
Yeah.
know that there's another way. And there's a strong what I want to call it, like a drive or people going toward veganism in the African American
Yes.
community in particular. A lot of people are going toward veganism, and the docs are talking about going vegan. So I really want people to know that there's a different way. My grandson is a vegan, and he's only about 16. He's about to be 17, and I'm afraid of what the damage that he's doing to his body by not eating a proper human diet, and he's not going to be able to grow like he should grow by having protein and having fat, and so I'm quite concerned about that. And that is one of the things that's on my heart, is to
Hmm.
make sure that people of color are aware that there's another option and they need to be looking into it. At least look into it. At least do some research and see. And then the very least you can do is try it for 30 days. Try it for 30
Yes.
days and you're not going to want to go back.
I feel the same way, and I also have kids that are not vegan but vegetarian, and I'm very grateful that the one eats eggs and butter and things like that. But I do worry about his future health
Good.
too, because more and more studies are coming out that we need that animal fat, we need that animal
Right.
protein. Even
Absolutely.
even WHO said it. No, not WHO. The other one, UNICEF. UNICEF said it
Oh, okay. Yeah,
recently.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I
Wow.
mean
Yeah,
it's important. But I
yeah.
want to put this on the screen for a moment. Only 23 more subs to get Robin to 1,000. Yes.
Amazing.
So I'm sure there
Thank
must be
you.
23 people on here right now that could go and hit the subscribe
Yay.
on her channel. Please do so or do it afterwards. But yes,
Yeah,
please do it.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And I'm so new, but I do have, I mean, I really feel a calling to this message. And so, I'm new, but I'm not going anywhere. I'm planning to keep talking about this. And what I always say is, I can talk about this as much as I want to on my YouTube channel. People who want to listen to it will listen. People who don't have to listen, and that's okay. But at least I can put the information out there. I will feel like I've met my obligation.
Yeah, I definitely. I mean, all we can do is be the example. You can't
Right.
force somebody to change their ways, and but if we set a good example, and when people are ready, they will come to you.
Yes.
Okay, so I saw a question here, and I don't. So this is from Jay. Suggestions on how to get an appointment with a heart specialist in
Mm.
Ontario. Any specialists appointments need referrals from a family doctor. Yeah, and that's a Canadian thing. I'm in BC, and it's the same here. I mean, you can't go see a specialist without a referral
Mm.
from your family doctor, so you're gonna have to start there, and or go to a clinic. I don't. We have private clinic, not private. They're I don't know what they are. Almost nobody in BC, it seems, anymore has a family doctor because they're so few and far between. So we often have to
Wow.
go to clinics and use them as our doctor. But uh, yeah, unfortunately, I don't know in Canada of any way to get that appointment with a heart specialist. Got to go through
One thing
a
I would
doctor.
say on that statin is do your research. Make sure you do your research
Yeah,
because cholesterol, your body needs cholesterol flat out.
absolutely. Yeah.
And so just do some research on that before you let them put you on it.
And just because they want you on it, that doesn't mean that you have to be on it. They can't
Right.
make you go on it. But, look at your other markers too. Like Robin said, do your research because cholesterol is only one thing, it's only one measurement. I would be more interested to know triglycerides, your HDL, blood pressure, those sorts of things. They play a part in this, and whether or not you should even consider what you're. Some doctors want you on a statin even if your cholesterol is just slightly high, with all other
Right.
markers being good. So, what camp do you fall into? So we need to know, or you need to know those other markers and do your research on that before
Absolutely.
you agree. Oh, all kinds of people are saying they've just subscribed to your channel. That makes me so
Yay. Thank you
happy.
so
Thank you,
much.
everybody. Uh, Renee, thank you so much for the super chat.
Yay,
Thank
Renee.
you. Very nice of
Awesome.
you. Yes, we are close to getting Robin onto the 1,000s. Jay, your triglycerides are fine. I mean, I would, have a chat with your doctor and ask
Yeah.
about your other markers. Say, what about my other markers? And see what they say. You could say, I'll go on the statin, but I'd like to talk to a cardiologist first about it.
There
How
you
about
go.
that?
Good idea.
Only five more folks need to subscribe. That is
Oh my
wonderful. Oh,
gosh.
and more update from Jay. My other markers are also fine. Well, I feel even more
Yeah.
empowered to tell you go back to your doctor and say, you want that cardiologist appointment because you want to discuss all
Yes.
your markers. That's what you have to do.
Yep.
But thank you so much. Oh, yes, don't forget to hit like on the live stream because that helps Robin's channel as well as my channel. Kim, there is a ratio with HDL and triglycerides. Yes, there is. Can I remember it off the top of my head? Not quite. What about you,
No.
Robin? No, there is a
No.
ratio. Look at if you Google ratio HDL to triglyceride ratio, you will get it, and they'll tell you the calculation. Let's see here. Lori. Lori told
Lori.
her doctor he wanted to treat the high cholesterol. I told my doctor he wanted to treat high cholesterol. Could I see a specialist to see if we had a heart problem to treat? I think there's different ways that you can
Yep.
talk to your doctor and get that appointment if you would like to have that. Okay, what other questions? Smiling for You says you made a good point that all we can do is be an example and try to share it with others until they see it working. That is exactly, I think we're both on board with that for sure.
Yes. Absolutely.
Lori, uh, so are you still losing weight on carnivore? That's a question for me, or are you at a weight stall? I'm really excited to tell you guys about my weight loss this month so far. I had to go to smaller jeans, but I'm not going to tell you till the end of the month. So come back
Oh,
at the end of the month. Yes, yes, I am definitely past my
congratulations.
stall. Definitely.
Awesome.
Chatting with Chels. It's nice to see you here. And she is announcing that you have hit
Yay!
1,000
Oh my gosh, you
subscribers.
guys, you're amazing.
Wow.
Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy the content.
You will. They will enjoy the content. Oh, just Jason Keto is in the house. Good evening to you as
Hey.
well. Thank you so much for visiting us. So, who has some more questions for our guest? Where are we at for time? Uh,
So can
okay.
I just mention one thing, Anita?
Yes. This
I
is all
watched
about you.
I watched your live stream with Indigo Neely last week.
Oh,
And was that
thank you.
last week? Yeah. That
Yes.
was so awesome. I love Indigo Neely's experiments and her bread. You
Yeah.
guys,
Yeah.
Indigo Neely's bread is absolutely incredible. Before I came to Hawaii this week, I made a loaf because I was like, I'm going to be in airports and I'm going to be traveling around. I need to have like something to put a burger on. So I was
Yeah.
sitting at the airport. Sitting at the airport, I ordered a double cheeseburger for $1 million. And then I put it on that Indigo Neely bread, and it was so good. I was so glad I had that. Indigo Neely, she rocks. I love her so much.
I do too. I mean, I just love her experiments. She
Yes,
reminds me of a younger version of myself.
yes.
Okay, Carolyn, what is your favorite meal these days, Robin?
Oh, my favorite meal. Oh my gosh. I have to say my favorite is probably ribeye right now. Um, it makes me feel good when I eat that. And sometimes I just don't feel, I feel like, oh my gosh, I need a steak. Like today, I've been out here in Hawaii. I haven't really had a steak since I've been here. Well, the first day I had one. So today I went out and I just got a steak because steak makes me feel good. It has the right amount of fat and the right amount of protein to make my body just feel great. And literally right after I ate that, I felt amazing. And I was telling my husband, I was like, this steak made me feel so much better. I just It's my favorite right now because it just makes me feel good.
That is awesome, and I have to agree with that. Okay, questions are coming fast and furious now, so let's see if we
Okay.
can get through these. Janet, what kind of exercise do you guys do these days? Are you lifting weights?
Not yet, but actually, I'm planning to start doing some weightlifting, because I know that it's really good for your body. I have two little dogs, so I walk my dogs,
Yeah.
I don't know, multiple times a day. That's basically the exercise that I'm getting right now is walking my dogs. but I do have a Peloton, and you guys will probably see me on the Peloton coming up here
Wow.
shortly.
I'm kind of the same. I mean, I do walking as my main form, but I have some hand weights now that are
Nice,
handy, and
nice.
and I'm starting to do that. And when I was living in my other place, I did have a 3 times a week weight training thing that I went to for older ladies, which I loved.
Nice.
And I need to find something like that. I loved that.
Yes.
So yeah, it's happening. So here's one.
But
How'd you?
you don't have to exercise to lose weight,
No, you don't.
or
No,
to feel
no.
great. You don't
I
have to exercise, but
I
definitely,
did lose most of my weight without exercising,
yep,
but I think it could help. And maybe with this next question a bit.
yes.
How do you feel about your loose skin? I
Oh
don't
my
know if Robin
gosh.
has any.
I do. It's under here. I'm
Yeah,
not going to show it to you guys, but it's
yeah.
there. Yeah.
I have
So,
I have lots I have
mhm,
lots of loose skin. I hate it,
I have,
but
I have some. I have some.
it's there. So
It's there, but you know what? It's part of my body,
yeah.
and I'm working on my body, and I feel like I love this body. It's the body that God gave me, and so if I treat it right, it's going to treat me right.
Yes. I did have someone say to me once that they did not want to lose weight because they were afraid of loose skin. And
Yeah.
I really had to think about that question. That kind of stayed in the back of my mind for a long time.
Hmm.
I mean, when I weighed 320 pounds, I was younger, because that was 12 years ago now. But I didn't really notice much loose skin. But I tell you, I would rather be where I am at today with loose skin and all than to be back there and living the type of life that you live when you're morbidly obese. This is much
Yes.
better. I don't go around in bikinis or shorts or naked even. I don't do any of that. I wear clothes. My loose skin is
Yeah.
covered. I love my
Yeah.
life. I really
Yes.
do.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Same. I'm
that's,
out here
yeah.
in Hawaii. I have my capri swim trunks to cover my legs, but
Yeah. Yeah.
hey, it's all right. As you get older,
Yep.
you
Eh,
learn to
I,
love your
you know,
body.
we are gonna get gray hair and we are gonna get some wrinkles.
That's
We
right.
are. I mean, you're 57. I'm 65. To be honest, I think we both look pretty good. We do.
We do. We look amazing.
Here's another question from Meeting Wellness. Tell us more about sea lion. What types of
Yes.
seafood will you focus on?
Probably primarily shrimp.
Yeah.
Shrimp is easy to get. You can get a huge bag of it at Costco or Sam's Club. And so probably primarily shrimp, but I will have some crab legs, which I have some king crab legs in my freezer, so I'll be eating those. I may do some lobster tail and things like that, but primarily shrimp and the ruminant meat. So I'll have lamb, and I will also have beef.
Nice. I do
And
eat a lot of
yeah,
seafood as well. So
yes, I like
I
my
think
seafood.
I think it's a good thing. Okay, so this question's for me. My favorite meal. Oh boy, that's such a hard question. I don't know why I struggle with that question because it
Hard.
does change over time. But I love a medium rare steak or burger. I mean, there's nothing like
Medium
it.
rare.
I
Yeah.
I just I really do like that. Just gonna
But
give a
you
couple.
always eat your steaks medium rare.
I do, or
I mean,
worse,
you always
or
did? Like,
rarer.
okay. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I always was a medium person until I went carnivore and I realized, oh my gosh, medium rare is the best. That's how I have my steaks
Okay,
now.
okay. So you
Yeah.
you are a bit of a convert then.
Yes, I
That
am.
is so nice. I want to give a couple of shout outs. Low Carb
Okay.
Spin is in the house. Ron's Keto
Yay.
Cafe. Coloring with Christy is in the
Oh, cute.
house. Uh, I try to, just give shout outs here to other channels that are coming to support us while we talk here, Robin. This is just so
Thank you.
great.
That's so
I'm
awesome.
just so excited about that. Um, Someone said once that swimming while releasing weight helps with limiting loose skin. Well, that is a good tip for people.
Very good tip.
Christine says, "You both look totally awesome. I have enough wrinkles for the three of us and five other women." I feel that way sometimes. I really
Sometimes.
do. And
Yes.
here's something that I've been hearing about: functional exercise and weightlifting helps. So you don't become prone to falling. Now, that is really
Okay.
important
Yes.
as we
Good
get
point.
older. My mom had a few falls, and one of them landed her in the hospital. I mean,
Yes.
as you get older, this is not something that we want to have happening. We don't want us to be
Right.
falling all over the place.
That's true. And
Um,
I did have a fall a couple of years ago. I mean, I was 55 and I fell, and I really feel like that started to cause this problem with my knee.
yeah,
I was walking the dogs on ice, and the dog kind of pulled a little bit, and I fell. And I'm like, okay, I don't want to start falling. So yeah, I agree. I need to have good
yeah,
balance.
yes. And I think, though, that carnivore is so protective of that. I mean, I did have a nasty fall right before
Mm,
moving. I tripped over
mm, mm,
something, and, uh, that's why my knee is worse right now. But
yeah,
I just shudder to think what it would have been if I was still the weight I was before, still eating crap.
yeah.
I feel like I had a really quick recovery. It's not recovered yet. In fact, I have an appointment with my doctor tomorrow to discuss the X-ray results. But
Yeah,
the fact that I'm still so mobile with that
yeah,
is just,
that's
to
awesome.
me, it's a testimonial of having a good amount of protein, what it can do. Meeting
Absolutely,
Wellness, I
100%.
didn't know you had a channel, but thank you for pointing that out. So, brand new, we will
Hey,
come and
Meeting Wellness.
support you for sure.
I think I'm already
Okay.
subscribed to Meeting Wellness. Yes.
Okay. Well, I will check that channel out. Someone else ate their steaks well done until they went carnivore. Dina Heeden, 40 pounds down in 3 months. That is amazing.
Congratulations.
Yes. Good for you. Okay, yeah, Lala 903 pre-carnivore. I thought the fat on meat was disgusting. Silly me, I love it now. I can totally
I've
relate
always
to
loved
that.
fat. I always loved the
Yeah,
fat, but I was too, like, you're not supposed to eat that much fat, so I had to throw it away or give it to the dogs or whatever. But
yeah, yeah.
what a waste.
Totally, totally. Don't give it to the dogs. Save it for me.
Right. Exactly.
So we are, getting towards the end of the hour, and I just want to give you another chance to talk about anything that maybe you kind of wanted to talk about tonight, but we didn't quite hit on with the questions.
Oh my gosh, I think we
Excuse
talked
me.
about a lot of things.
We did. This has
One
been
of the
so
things that
enjoyable.
so enjoyable. Thank you so much. One of the things that's really on my heart these days is about our kids. Me having 11 grandkids, and I see the way they eat, and I'm so concerned. I mean, I feel like they could live such a better life if they started out young, just getting off the sugar at least
Yeah.
and processed foods.
Yeah.
But I know that there's a convenience factor there, right? It's convenient for parents to be able to pick something off the shelf and give it to their kids. And then, of course, kids are also addicted to sugar. So that's something that I will be talking about more on my channel is, how can we help our kids? How can I help my grandkids? What can I do as a grandma when I have my grandkids over? How can I support them having a better, healthier lifestyle? So that's one of the things that's really close to my heart right now. And of course, as I mentioned about people of color, like
Yeah.
I want you to know that there's a better way. I'm talking to my parents about it, like my mom. She's, like I said, she started carnivore, but I'm talking to my in laws who have, some health conditions that they're dealing with. And I'm trying to point them to some of the people that I'm listening to on YouTube, some of the doctors, the physicians who are really advocates for a proper human diet. So,
Yeah.
those are the two areas. And then, of course, women of wisdom like us, you know, our age group and older struggles to get off, to change our mindsets, right? To change the way we think about things. And we are ingrained and indoctrinated into this
Yeah.
lifestyle, this diet. I'm calling it a standard American diet, but it's a standard global diet because my sister's in Bahrain and she's having the same problem over
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. We have the same
So
problem in Canada too.
yeah, so I'm just like, I have a passion for this. I'm very, very passionate about it. My husband's like, you're really passionate about this. Yes, I'm very passionate about it. And like I said, I feel like it's a calling. I need to talk about this. I need to tell people that there's another way and that there's a better option for us. So
Yes.
those are the things that are on my heart.
Yes, I can feel your passion coming through. I just think that's amazing. I'm so excited that I had a chance to have you on here to share your passion. We
Thanks,
have
Anita.
just one final question, I think. Renee, again, do you IF intermittent fast or eat 3 meals a day? And I'm going to assume that question is for you because
Okay.
Renee probably already knows how I eat.
Yes, yes. So I typically eat 2 meals a day, but I eat when I'm hungry.
Okay.
So I don't intentionally intermittent fast. And like I said, I have coffee in the morning every morning. Typically, that does have sweetener and maybe a little. I've got off the cream for a while. Now I'm back on it, but I'm going back off of that. So that wouldn't really necessarily break my fast, but I break fast whenever I'm hungry, and that's when I eat, and I eat as much as I want until I'm not hungry anymore, and that typically means about 2 times a day.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of me too. I eat twice a day and that seems to be just, more than enough. I had to put this on.
Yes.
I
Okay.
started this journey. This is from Wanda Weber. I started this journey because the doctor said there was no way I could reduce my triglycerides. In 2 months, it went from 414 to 96. I have been on
Amazing.
this for 5 months and have lost 55 pounds. Congratulations on that.
Congratulations, Wanda. That's
That
awesome.
is amazing. Uh,
So the
well,
other question I want to make sure I ask
yep,
before we're done is,
yep.
Anita, I hope that you'll come on my channel
A
and let
hundred
me interview
percent.
you there.
100% I will
Would
come on your
love to have
channel.
you on. Oh
Oh,
my gosh.
yes.
And hear about
Absolutely.
your journey and tell all the people about your journey and the incredible progress that you have made. I've been watching you for some years now and I'm just
Oh, wow. Thank
amazed at
you.
what's happening with you. It's absolutely awesome.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I mean, this journey is not over for me. I am still on it and still
Yes.
learning new things
Yes.
and uh, it's just wonderful. It
It
really is.
is.
As you're finding out now too, how
Yes.
wonderful
Yes.
it is and the community and everything. So
Absolutely.
yeah. So, do we have? I'm just looking to see. I hate to think that I missed anybody. And we still have a couple minutes left. And I thought I saw one. Hello from Calgary, Terry. Thank you. Oh, yes, you have
Hey,
found people
Terry.
your age. Here's your tribe right here. uh, okay, where was that question? Oh, well, if I missed a question or any questions, I am sorry. It is a little hectic to keep up with them
Imagine
on a
so.
live, but I really appreciate all of you that came and that continue to come to the live stream and all of you that went and subscribed to Robin's channel as well tonight.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much for that. Melissa says that you are over 1000K now
Oh
and
my gosh.
growing.
Thank you, Melissa.
That will continue to happen. I just know it because you have such a passionate outlook on this, and
Yes.
It's something you and like I saw a couple of your walkabouts, and I thought, wow, this is so inspiring. And it was just a couple of days later that we talked by email. It was just
Yes.
kind of one of those things where, things happen for a reason.
Yes.
So
Serendipity.
yes. Yeah, Melissa said that you should copyright Women of Wisdom. And I think there's a lot of women
Okay.
of wisdom watching us tonight,
Yes.
too.
Yes.
And
Yes.
men. Don't want to leave out the men because there's a few here tonight. You guys are just
Yes.
wonderful, too.
Yes.
And I appreciate every single person who has come tonight. Thank you so much. We are at
Thank
the
you.
hour. We will respect your time. You heard her. She invited me to her channel, Ramen.
Yay.
I would love to come on your channel sometime so,
Awesome.
we can tee that up and you guys
Yes.
watch for that. And you go and enjoy the rest of your vacation in Hawaii.
I'm gonna
Today's your
try.
last day there. You've
Last
got
day.
to go
Yes.
do something else to celebrate your last day there.
Yes.
Okay,
Thank you,
everybody.
Anita. Appreciate
You
it so
you're
much. Thanks for
welcome.
having me on.
It's been so enjoyable. I appreciate that you came. Everybody, good night. Have a great rest of your Sunday night, and we'll see you guys next week or in my kitchen. Well, Robin, thank you